So, in my rush to deliver the criminal straight into your paws, I aggressively deflighted the airship. But there you go. One selfish and very kidnappy murderer as requested. And then you arrived, and here we all are.
The chief's not gonna believe this.
It does sound pretty crazy when I explain the whole thing like that.
Well, yeah, but mostly that you solved it.
Hey, I am competent, you know.
Yeah, you got your moments, sure, but this was a tough one. That's all I'm saying, Cuddles. Genuinely good work, though. I hope you find yourself something really nice to lick after this.
I might just finish the whole bottle, but there's a couple stops I need to make first. The adrenaline from the murder attempt and the airship crash had worn off by the time I reached Scarlett's theater. I felt exhausted. I was still a little dizzy from the fluff, and my chest ached where Platy's bullet had hit me. All I really wanted to do was go back to the office, have a sip from Billy, and give Tabby a huge hug. But I needed to end it. Edgar's death had been a cut deep into an already wounded family, and the bleeding had to be stopped before it drowned this whole city. Scarlett looked like I felt, as if a ghost had stepped inside one of the many costumes around us, giving it life but lacking substance. Yet as she watched me approach, an invisible weight seemed to lift from her shoulders.
You solved it, Chaton. I see it in your eyes.
It was an accident. One of Bartholomew's people had ambitions. She was the one making and supplying fluff, with some help from a rich backer. Edgar surprised her in Bartholomew's office, digging for dirt on him. She panicked, she hit him, and her eyes closed and she took a deep breath in.
It was not Bartholomew.
No. So you can call back your assassins or poisonous frogs or whatever. Nobody else has to die over this. Her breath escaped in an explosive rush, and her shoulders sagged. She suddenly seemed far older.
Thank you, Chaton.
I turned to leave, but paused. You know, you've been very insistent that Nip isn't that bad, and that you're not to blame for any of this. And I'll give you credit for this. You were smart enough to recognize that Edgar had a better plan than either of his parents had had in 30 years.
Oh, Chaton.
No, I brought your son's killer to justice. The least you can do is be quiet and listen. The market for fluff, the whole reason Platy and Beatrice were able to operate their scheme in the first place is because of you. You and Bartholomew, your ambitions to outdo one another have been blinding you to the consequences of your actions for so long.
It is not ambition to want to be a good mother. You cannot begin to imagine what it has cost me every day to ensure he could live a good life.
I don't have to imagine anything. I can walk out of here and see the city you two have twisted into your own image. The cats you've hurt. Edgar saw it, and he had a plan to fix, to at least try. That's more than either you or Bartholomew ever considered, apparently. But we'll never know if it would have worked, because in the end, he became just another victim. He only cared this time because he was your son. She was crying by then, her expression twisted and furious.
How dare you!
I dare, because this is not your city. It belongs to all the cats who live here, not just the powerful ones. And maybe if I hammer that point home enough, I can crack open that stone wall around your heart and give us all hope for the future. Think about your son. Think about him constantly until the loss burns inside you like a sun, and then think about doing his memory justice. Her look broke, and I saw I'd finally reached the young cat who had walked down the red carpet all those years ago.
I don't know if I...
Edgar didn't know either. He only believed it could be done. Do you? The tears coursed down a face full of fear, uncertainty, and pain. I turned and left, my footsteps the only sound in the deserted theater. I had one more stop.
If visiting Scarlet had been a challenge, it was nothing compared to arriving at the Nitty Kitty. Edgar's face waited for me. Forever young, forever gone. I stood there for I don't know how long, looking at him, at all the flowers around his memorial. Who else had he touched in all those months? Who had he helped? Had I done this unknown cat justice? I tried, at least, as I'd promised I would. It was time. Bartholomew was looking out of the window when I entered, but he'd clearly been expecting me. He stood tall and steady. No whiskey in the air this time. Nothing but the scent of expectation.
Cuddles,
Bartholomew?
I've heard. Desiree. If all she wanted was money, she could have just asked.
Money was only the start. What Platy really wanted was power. A Magtheridon was bankrolling her, but she saw that as just a temporary arrangement.
A Magtheridon, confusing wealth with influence once more. They will need a reminder of what happened the last time they tried that.
All right. Anyway, I came here because I thought you might have some questions that I could answer.
I have just one. Why? Why would Desiree have done this? Why go after Edgar?
Why? Just bad luck, an accident. She wasn't interested in Edgar except as a means to get closer to you. You were always her goal. He simply showed up at the wrong time.
She wanted to kill me?
No, not kill, just break down, I guess. She's jealous of what you have and she wanted it for herself. She felt you hadn't earned it and wanted to see you lose it so she could take the remains for herself.
Hadn't earned it? Oh, Desiree, you fool. All these decades on and I've learned nothing. I see into people, Cuddles. I find what drives them, and I use that to control them. And it works!
Until it doesn't.
Do you think I don't see that now? It's become painfully obvious that I have a blind spot for a certain type of cat. I tell myself I know their secrets, but I do not. One of them gave me Edgar all those long years ago, and now another has taken him away. I've answered my own question, it seems. Edgar died because of me.
Honestly, Bartholomew? Yeah. The cat snorted in shocked disbelief at my calm agreement, but I was past caring. Edgar died because of your hubris. Would all of this have happened if you weren't who you are? Unlikely.
One more thrust, Cuddles. The knife has not quite reached my heart.
Tough! I am not here to offer you absolution. Your actions, your choices to become this, to treat the city like your plaything, to slice it up between yourself and Scarlet, have made the cats of this city suffer for years. Don't expect any of us to open our hearts to you now, unless you think you can threaten the pain to make it go away if you consider your power over us so complete. You know, I think that if you had a chance to give it all up to get him back, but lose everything else in the process, I don't think you would. I finally saw what I had been hunting with my sharp words. Anguish. Not the look of loss or fury, but self-doubt and fear. For the first time, the cat before me looked as weak and mortal as I did, and in exchange for the small satisfaction that gave me, I had a balm. I was wrong about one thing when we last spoke. The note I found near Edgar, a gentle cat in the desert. It wasn't your fault. Well, it was, but that wasn't why he hid it before he confronted Platy. It was a password. He was gonna deliver it to the Catulets to help them bring down the Fluff Ring to win their support.
Support? From the Catulets? I don't.
To put an end to the rivalry between your families, Bartholomew. He didn't know who Scarlet was or your past history. She kept that from him, just as you did. Scarlet says he just wanted peace between the two families, a union to end the constant threat of conflict and make for a better city. I don't think he had any idea it would inadvertently have brought his parents back together. He was simply trying to make things better for all of us.
The cat went silent for a long while, and I kept my expression neutral as I watched the tears streaming down his face.
He was our son, and he was the best of both of us.
He turned from me, facing the city, head bowed. I made to leave, but a final thought made me pause and turn back.
Your son wanted peace between you and Scarlet.
May I suggest trying to finish what he started? The big cat did not respond, but as I turned to leave, I saw his bowed head lift, just a little.
And then I left, tossed the club key on the floor on my way out. I won't be going back. I'm done with him, with both of them.
Wow, that's an incredible story when you put it all together like that, sir. I still can't believe how quickly you subdued Platy. What a novel use of a pile of rubber bands and exercise weights.
Yeah, easy as pie.
And what luck that she was just standing right next to that open crate of fluff to fall into. I'm just glad you weren't in any danger.
None at all, Tabby. I had a plan the whole time. Don't need to worry about me one bit.
Better keep it that way, mister. Do you think any of this will get through to Bartholomew or Scarlet? Make them reconsider what they do to the city?
I honestly don't know, Tabs. I don't think they'll stay as they are, but whether things from here get better or worse, who knows? The whole city waits breathlessly to see. Did Fuzzball call while I was out, by the way? He said he was gonna send some people around to grab Beatrice at the costume shop.
No dice on that, sir. The chief called. With congratulations, by the way. But he said that when they got to the costume shop, it was already cleared out. The only thing left was mannequins posed in, rude positions. Beatrice was apparently competent enough to know when the jig was up. Probably skipped town the moment she got wind of Platy's arrest. With her resources, she could be anywhere by now.
Whiskers. At least we've stopped the supply of fluff, but it feels like we've missed the bigger fish.
We didn't just stop fluff, sir. We caught a murderer. You did good. Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, for sure. I just mean... Tabby, is there something wrong with me?
Wrong with you? Oh, sir, of course not. Why are you saying that?
No reason, really. Just something someone said. I guess I do feel... I mean, I just worry that I don't see the city like everyone else. Like, when I go out there, I see a different world. I feel like maybe I don't see the grime and the mess and the worst in people. I mean, like, I see it, but I also don't, if that makes sense. Maybe if I'd been more focused and less helpful, I could have caught Platy sooner. Maybe then they would have caught Beatrice. I don't know. Tabby, do I choose not to see how bad things really are in the city sometimes? And does that make me worse at my job?
No. Listen to me, Cuddles. I chose to work for you because you don't see the world like everyone else. It was clear from day one, believe me. The way you see everything in the world as an opportunity, the way you talk and listen to the cats you meet as if they exist, as if they matter. The way you don't stop trying until you find a way. Other people see it too, sir. They see how you act, how you shine a light into the city's dark places. And that gives them hope. And they need hope, sir. If you had to be less you to catch Beatrice, well, I don't like that trade. Because you, as you are what the city needs more of. More cats taking on the criminals. More cats helping the little guy. More cats getting excited about the little things that happen every day. More cuddles.
Oh, Tabs. You're gonna make me tear up. Thank you. That's actually made me feel better. Kinda feel like you know me better than I know myself sometimes.
Anytime, sir. But with all that said, you do have some faults. One in particular comes to mind. Okay, Cuddles, I'll need a truthful answer to this question. Did you lick the mustard off my sandwich one day? You said as much on Ramon, Cuddles. I heard it very clearly.
Ramon, you betrayer! I mean that. I was terrified. Yeah, there was a thing. I didn't know what I was saying. Fluff madness. Oh, my head. Come on, Tab. Do you really think I'm capable of that? I respect your sandwiches too much.
Cuddles, you are absolutely capable of licking anything in the entire world. So I need to know if I ate a sandwich that you had previously licked.
Yeah, but, like, do you really need to know, though? In the grand scheme of things, tongues appear, things get licked, sandwiches get eaten, Firth rolls on. What even is licking, if you really think about it, Tabs? Whoop, telephone call, gotta get this, Tab. Sorry, could be another case, hey!
I am not done with you, mister!
Nutter Butter Investigations. We don't like sandwiches. How can I help you?
Hi there. I'm looking for a short cat who can't keep his tongue in his mouth.
Trick! Oh, so good to hear from you. Tabby, it's Trick.
Hi, Trick.
How's things in Pashan?
Well, that's why I'm calling, bro. I think I need your help. Something is happening here, something big, and I need help investigating it, because I don't think the honey's going to be enough this time.
Nicht schlecht. Und wir haben es gelöst. Aber ohne Tabby? Hätten wir den Fall, glaube ich, nicht geschafft. Alle Achtung. Und vom Schluss her riecht das ja geradezu nach einer Fortsetzung. Ja. Wie gesagt, es riecht nach einer Fortsetzung, aber so viel ich weiß, nein. Das ist es ja. Vielleicht kommt ja noch eine. Ich müsste mal gucken, ob ich was finde bei der Studie oder ähnliches. Weil ein Anruf? Ja. Wir bräuchten deine Hilfe? Er schreit geradezu danach. Also mir hat's gefallen. War süß gemacht. Ich hoffe euch auch, wenn es auch hier mal was komplett anderes auf dem Kanal war. Sowas hatten wir noch nie. War nur ein Versuch. Weil, nee. Das war das allererste Point-and-Click. Nicht übel. Und so viele Leute waren das nicht. Ach nö.
Ramon, it was the biggest scene I've ever seen in my life!
Warum hat das Ramon jetzt nicht überlebt? Ist eine gute Frage. Ich weiß es nicht. Aha. Der Senior Officer, der die Entwicklung überwacht hat. Nicht schlecht. Cool. Gar nicht. Ja, ich darf nicht raus. Dann ist die Musik weg. Wäre schön. Wie gesagt, können wir gerne dann sagen, ob wir sowas öfter machen oder ob wir es lassen sollen oder... Ja. Mir hat es trotzdem gefallen. Wenn der erste Teil 5 Jahre brauchte, kann durchaus ein weiterer kommen, ja. Wenn man damit 1, 2 Leuten dran schafft, dann dauert sowas. Ich möchte wissen, alleine das ganze Sachzeichnen. Da ist einiges an Zeit draufgegangen. Ein Leber. Und dann lief das ganze Spiel so rund, so klasse, so fehlerfrei. Ja. Wow. Doch, wäre schön.